Last two questions from this booklet are remaining. Let us finish them. Yes. CSE 2018 question. Try it out. Were you trying to speak, Jamil? Huh? 8 आले. Okay. दो नहीं, 3. हाँ, सारी लेंथ सेम होनी चाहिए. इक्विलैटरल है. हाँ? अच्छा, तो ऑप्शन नहीं है. You must be repeating the triangles then. Repetition नहीं होनी चाहिए ना. One triangle you should count only as once. Ashwini, Yashraj, what about you guys? What do you think about this question? Okay. Okay. Ashwini is also saying 8. Niranjan, you are still firm on 8. 8. No. तुमने क्या सोचा था? Isosceles. This is a circle we are talking about. Isosceles का कोई ज्यादा अलग आंसर आ सकता है, but this is equilateral means all sides are equal. That's what we are talking about. Let us try to draw. Let us say we have a circle and let's draw equilateral triangle. Okay, all sides are equal, all angles are 60 degree for equilateral triangle that we have studied. Now this is a symmetric figure. ऐसा कुछ होगा. There will be 6 points in between these two. 6 in between these two. 6 in between these two and these three. Total 24 है ना? Sorry, 7, 7, not 6, 6, 7. 7, 7, 7. So 21 and 1, 2, 3. 24 points. Right? So I have this one triangle, then I can rotate it. It will remain equilateral. Rotate by 1, I'll get this, this, this. Rotate by 2, rotate by 3. I can come, this point can become 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Can take 8 positions, 8 different positions. I do 9th rotation, it will come here and you will get the same triangle as the present one. So 8 different triangles will get. Okay, no other triangles would be equilateral. That also you can understand. Because for equilateral we need a very specific condition that all sides need to be equal. Isosceles we can get many. For example, if this triangle would also be isosceles, something like this. Right, isosceles triangles would be large number of triangles. So there will be many isosceles triangles. Tough to calculate how many. You can try if you want. But 8, everybody is convinced. Unless students, everybody is convinced that answer should be 8. Ashwini, Yashraj, Jamil is having some problems in joining. What is happening, Jamil? Anyway, CSE 2017 question, try it out. Jamil, are you able to hear? You seem to be having some network issues. Okay. What we are given is, we are given 24. ये वाला क्वेश्चन एक्सप्लेन करना है या फिर ऊपर वाला? Do you want explanation of equally spaced points वाला या फिर this question? Equally spaced वाला है suppose. Yes. We have 24 equally spaced points on a circumference of a circle. So 24 are there, equally spaced, and their question asked for how many equilateral triangle can we draw by choosing 3 points out of these 24. So any 3 points give us a triangle, and we want to choose such that the triangle is equilateral. Equilateral triangle, as we know, is one that has equal sides and all angles as 60 degree. So out of 24, I choose any one, right? Then by symmetry, because I need equilateral triangle, I would be forced to choose these 2 points to complete my equilateral triangle, because any other choice, like if second point is closer to this than compared to this, then third point would be very farther. So by symmetry, ये equilateral triangle ऐसा ही बनेगा, which is very symmetric with respect to given point. and because these are 3 points and we have 24 equidistant points, we'll have 7 points in between these 2 points, 7 in between these 2 points and 7 in between these 2 points, so that 7 plus 7 plus 7, 21 at these 3 give me total of 24 points as it is specified in the question, 24 equally spaced points. So this is one of my equilateral triangles and every time I rotate this equilateral triangle by 1 unit, I'll get a new equilateral triangle. For example, if this point comes here, this point here and this point here, so I'll get this equilateral triangle. If I rotate by 1 more, I'll get another equilateral triangle. This equilateral triangle. Okay, so for every rotation I get a new equilateral triangle. So this is 1, this is 1 vertex is here, this is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. एट पे रिपीट हो जाएगा ना, ओरिजिनल गिना हमने, ये नहीं गिना ना, हाँ, so this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8, and when you repeat again, this point number 1 will come on to this original vertex of equilateral triangle, which is already counted. So only 8 different or distinct equilateral triangles can be formed. That is the answer. Any general triangle, then it would have been 24C3. But अगर कोई और होता, let us say right angled होता तो कुछ और आता आंसर, isosceles आता तो कुछ और आता आंसर. Answer would have been different and it would be much tougher to calculate in that case. Yes, this ceiling वाला कुछ हो रहा है, समझ में नहीं आया. हाँ हाँ हम्म I don't know, Jamil, why is it happening? There is a fly, okay, fly. There is a corner like this. There are 2 walls and there is ceiling, okay, and fly is somewhere in between. So this is not a 2D geometric question, this is a 3D geometric question. So fly is flying in the air and they have given some distances. Which distances they have given? A fly is in the air 1 meter from one wall, 8 meter from another wall and 9 meters from point P. So P is that corner point. So it is diagonally, if you measure straight line distance, if sky, let us say this is here, fly is here, so it is 9 meter distance diagonally. Then they are saying this distance to one of the walls is 1 meter and distance from another wall is 8 meter. And this question is, what is this vertical distance from the ceiling? Question is, what is the vertical distance? So this is 8 meter, this is 1 meter, right? So it is something like this. ट्राई भी करना है फिर बता ही दूं? ट्राई कर लो चलो. Take 2 minutes and try it out. कोई है ये? एक स्टूडेंट को डिफिकल्टी हो रही है ज्वाइन होने पे. नहीं नहीं नहीं, जमील करके है. एक स्टूडेंट को डिफिकल्टी हो रही है ज्वाइन होने पे, वो कुछ लिख भी नहीं पा रहा है उधर. ज्वाइन हो रहा है, बाहर जा रहा है. तो उसने वीडियो भेजा, आपको देखना है. हाँ कर दो. किस क्यों हो रहा है सर? उसको कॉल करने को बोलता हूँ, आप उससे बात कर लेंगे. नेटवर्क इशू है. उसका कॉल आ जाएगा, आप बात. हाँ इमेजिन नहीं हो रहा ना. दिस मल्टीपल टाइम्स एप्लीकेशन ऑफ रिपीटेड एप्लीकेशन ऑफ पाइथागोरस थ्योरम, वही करना है. हाँ हाँ अच्छा. Let us see. Let us draw a ceiling as well as we can. Okay, this is our point P. This is our point P. We are given that the point is somewhere in the air at a distance, let us say 1 meter from this wall, and it is also given that it is 8 meter from this wall, right? If point is here if point is here, it is at a distance 1 meter from this wall and 8 meter from this wall. So this side is 8, this side is 1. Do you see that this is a rectangle kind of thing that is forming with this axis, that axis, 8 meter and 1 meter. This here and 8 and 1 is a rectangle of 8, 1, right? This is the point is here. This is 8, this is 1, this is also 8, this is also 1. So this diagonal from the vertical axis, अभी तो diagonal तो आ जाएगा, distance from the axis to this point, straight line distance from axis to this point, what would be it? 8 square plus 1 square का root, 8 square plus 1 square का root, मेरे भाई, it would be square root of 65, right? Pythagoras theorem. And I have now, this is point P, this is my ply, point P is there. This straight line distance is root of 65 and that diagonal distance is 9. And what is the height? The distance of this fly from the ceiling, right? Same hai. So what is distance of the, then I have this right angle triangle where this is distance of a fly from ceiling, this distance is root 65, this distance is 9. Can you find out distance from the ceiling or not? अच्छा, अपने साइड से उसके साइड से, अपने साइड, अच्छा, फिर से आ गया. So what is the answer? 4. 9 square is 81 minus 65, 16, root of that is 4. Distance from the ceiling would be 4. This is just दो बार Pythagoras theorem apply किया, nothing else, just imagine, right, imagine करने. रूट 16 नहीं निकाल सकते क्या? आपके रूट 65 से डर गए. ओके ओके ओके, फाइन, फेयर. This is the only instance where they have asked little bit of 3D geometry, otherwise they have stuck to 2D geometry. Online students समझ गए? अश्विनी, यशराज, क्या हुआ अभी? अच्छा, ओके. यस, यशराज समझ गए? चलिए आगे. Next thing we want to cover is area and volume of popular shapes. Circle, we know area is pi r square and circumference is 2 pi r or pi d. In triangle, area is half into base into height. Perimeter is sum of the sides length का sum. Equilateral triangle, root 3 a square है वो, make that a square, that is not a. Root 3 a square by 4. Square, side square is the area that we know. Rectangle, अभी भी connecting आ रहा है. Jamil, are you with me? Are you with us now? बोल रहा है क्या जमील? ओके गुड 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 गुड, हाँ हो गया. Rectangle, length into breadth, area. Parallelogram, A into H, height. Regular hexagon you can forget, no problem. तो ऐसे ही लिखा होगा मैंने. Now we want to go for some 3D shapes, very popular 3D shapes. We should know their surface areas and volumes of at least few shapes. If you can remember, that will be good. If not, well, what can you do? First is sphere. Sphere, you know, cricket ball. Today is World Cup final. देखोगे नहीं देखोगे? हाँ, पीएम भी आ रहे देखने. हाँ, and their deputy prime minister is coming. Our prime minister is going to be there. Yes, except Imran Khan, who is in jail. All World Cup winning captains will get specialized jersey, except Imran Khan. रोज ही लेट आते हो तुम, रोज ही लेट आते हो. हाँ, है ना. Sphere, surface area is, surface area समझते हो? What is the outer surface का area? Area कितना है? If I put a covering on it, how much would I need? If I have to put clothing on it, how much cloth will I need? Something like that you can imagine. And volume is how much total volume is there occupied by that shape. Area is represented in, surface area is represented in meter square, centimeter square, and volume in meter cube, centimeter cube, because it's a 3D shape. How much, for example, how much water can be contained inside that particular shape? That could be one way to imagine. Surface area is 4 pi r square and volume is 4 by 3 pi r cube. यहाँ पे r cube आएगा because it's a volume. It would be in meter cube. It would be in meter square. So r square आएगा. For cube, cube is nothing but a shape consisting of 6 squares, right? It's a cube, so there is 1 square, 2 square, 3 square, 4 square, 5 square, 6 square. All are square. You can imagine this room 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So if in the for a cube all are equal, all edges are equal, all the 8 edges that we have are equal, and all the surfaces would be squares, and each square would have area a square. So 6 squares would have total area of 6 times a square, right? And volume would be cube of side, a cube. Okay. Then cuboid. Cuboid is a shape having length, breadth and height that could be different or same. So cube is special case of cuboid where all length, breadth and height are same, and here all the cuts are rectangular, like this room. Exactly, this room is a cuboid, right? This can be length, this can be breadth, and we have height of the room. So this is a cuboidal room. So what would be the area? Area of the surface, sum of the areas of surfaces. Area of this surface is length into height, LH, which is same as this. So 2 times LH, 2 times LB and 2 times BH. That would be the surface area, and volume would be length into breadth into height, L into B into H. Then we have cone. Cone is, you can imagine your birthday caps, birthday पे पड़ते हैं ना ऐसे caps, that is a conical shape. So we have cone, we can have a curved surface area, the surface area of cone, and if you have some circle that is from the bottom as well, its area would be area of base circle is pi r square. Area of curved surface is pi into r into L, where L is this diagonal length or curved length. And pi into r into L is surface area of the curved surface. जो curved है, नीचे वाला circle है, the circle at the bottom, its area is pi r square. Total surface area would be sum of these two, area of this curved surface plus area of bottom circle. If bottom circle is you want to exclude, you can remove this pi r square and only pi r L is considered. For example, if you want to calculate, let us say, cloth needed to build a tent of particular height and radius, right? Question is, you want to build a tent of particular height and particular radius, then how much cloth would you need? That kind of question. So there bottom में कुछ नहीं डालना है, because in a tent only curved surface areas are required. So you have to use this pi r L formula. We are given height and radius, so you can calculate this L by Pythagoras. L square would be h square plus r square, and you can put everything in the formula and find out the cloth or surface area required. And volume would be 1 by 3 pi r square h. And for a cylinder, you have curved surface area length. You can imagine it like this, that what is the circumference of the circle? 2 pi r h, 2 pi r, and how many such circles are put one over another to build this cylinder till height h, 2 pi r into h. And volume is same. What is the volume, what is the area of the bottom circle? Pi r square. And how many are put one over another? Pi r square h. Pi r square h is volume and surface area is 2 pi r h. And for cone, 1/3 of this, and this is pi r L plus pi r. Fine, that is all. Let us see the questions based on geometry. Of course, there would be some mixture with other topics like percentages, ratio, proportion. Let us try them out. If अगर नहीं होता है तो कोई बात नहीं, वो तो पढ़ने वाले तो है ही बाकी चैप्टर्स भी. The question requires you to know the volume of a cube. How do you calculate volume of a cube? Point is, whatever we are studying, that is based on PYQs. So ऐसा नहीं है कि कुछ भी पढ़ा रहा हूँ मैं तुम्हें. हाँ. Try to remember at least these formulas. हो गया? व्हाट इज द आंसर? कहां तक आ गए? कुछ हो रहा है निरंजन? Okay. We have X and Y as two volumes. M and N are masses of M and N are masses of two cubes P and Q. So there are two cubes that we have, of course of different size. So let us draw two cubes of different size. This is a cube and this is another cube. Its masses are M and N. Okay, this is P, this is Q. Each side of Q is 2 times that of P. Each side of Q is 2 times that of P. So if this side is A, this would be 2A. And mass of Q is 2 times that of P. Mass of Q is 2 times that of P. इसका मास M है, उसका N है. Let U and V are those ratios. X and Y are volumes. X is volume of this, Y is volume of this. Okay, good. Okay. D है या A है? Yashraj is saying A, you are saying D. दोनों कैसे आ सकता है? कमाल है. हाँ हाँ. Choose one of them. See what is the correct one. After this, all you need to do is put values. Okay. D नहीं आता पक्का, उसका D भी आ रहा है. कोई निकाल. अश्विनी आपका क्या है? अभी तक एक 4 के लिए झगड़ रहे हो। निरंजन लिखा एटलीस्ट व्हाट आर यू एंड वी, जस्ट पुट द वैल्यूज फॉर ऑफ यू एंड वी ना। व्हाट इज यू? यू इज m by x. What is x? X is volume of smaller cube which is a cube. Right? So u is equal to m by a cube. कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं. And v is equal to what? N by y. What is n? 2m. And y? Y is cube of 2a. So 2a cube is equal to 2m by 8a cube is equal to m by 4a cube. So this is m by a cube, this is m by 4a cube. If you multiply v by 4, you will get u. If you multiply v by 4, 4 कट जाएगा और u मिल जाएगा. Another way to look at it is out of these two, which is bigger and which is smaller? This is smaller. So इन दोनों में से कौन सा होगा? v has to be smaller ना, so it has to be multiplied by bigger number to get to u. Very simple question था. You just had to put the values of m and x in those ratios. ठीक है, बस डालनी थी वैल्यूज उधर. समझ गया निरंजन? कहाँ पे डिफिकल्टी आई? ओके अच्छा, अब ठीक है, अब समझ में आ गया ना. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन देखो, अनदर वेरी इजी क्वेश्चन. 2013 है, तो बहुत पुराने जमाने का क्वेश्चन है, इजी होगा. 2013 का बीच में क्यों आया पता नहीं मुझे, बट एनीवे आया तो कर लो. Ashwini, did you understand or should I explain once more? Explain once. Okay. What they are saying is, we have two cubes. They have we have two cubes of different sizes. We are calling them P and Q. The blocks are called, this block is P and this block is Q. What else is given? We are given their volumes. Volume of P block is X, volume of Q block is Y, and masses. This block weighs m, and this block weighs n. What else is given? Side of Q is 2 times that of P. So if side of P is A, then side of Q is 2A. And also given that mass of Q is 2 times that of P. So n is this 2 times that of mass of P. This is all the information given, and then they have defined two ratios. And we have to find the relation between those two ratios. First ratio they have defined is mass m of P divided by x. X is volume of this block P. Volume of a cube is nothing but side cube, a cube. And for second ratio they have defined it as mass of second block n. N is nothing but 2 times m, and divided by y. Y is volume of this block, which is again side cube. Ratio would be this divided by 8a cube is equal to m by 4a cube. Now this is your V, this is your U. You can simply easily see that if you multiply V by 4, you will get U, and that is the relation that is required. You just had to plot all the information that is given in the question. Okay. Next question देखो. A gardener okay Yashraj, good. Good, Ashwini, correct. Yes, Yashraj, you can speak. Good morning. Hmm. 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 Yes. So his doubt was that very often, whenever we are solving any question in examination hall, the first reaction for is to put the values and try to get the answer. But he says that if in cases that approach doesn't work, then we get panicked and we don't know the right approach, and it kills time as well. What to do? What to do is, firstly, save time where you can by increasing your reading speed and finishing comprehensions within first half hour or between 1 hour to 1 hour 30 minutes, in that zone. Don't leave comprehension for end, because then again in panic you will mark something which you would not have otherwise in calmer situations. That is one thing. Second thing is, just by looking at the question, if you feel that this can be solved using options or not, that decision you have to make after reading the question. So you have to read questions very carefully. Here also we are seeing the easiest of the questions you are not reading properly, and this is in examination, this is in classroom situation, not even examination condition. So reading the questions very carefully and plotting whatever information is given on the paper or in form of equations or diagrams or any way possible is important, and then you can decide your approach. If the question is something which we have already covered, and 80% of the times we would have already covered those questions, because कहाँ से पूछेंगे, और कोई हवा से तो question आते नहीं है. So we are covering so many questions, we are covering all the PYQs, we are covering other questions as well. So if you see something familiar, you already know the approach. If not, try to use our basic knowledge. And if the question is like the final answer is there, like for example they are asking you for some 4-digit number and they are giving you 4 options, then of course you can use those options and try to find out which fits better. But very often what they are doing is they are trying to they are asking different things, like if we have 4-digit number as answer, what is the average of sum of all the digits? If they ask something like this, there is absolutely no way you can use options. कर ही नहीं सकते. There are some cases where you can use options. You can try that out for 30 seconds, 1 minute or so. If not, you can think of some other approach. But if question asks some other quantity, like average of all the numbers, average of all the possible sums, unless you have all the possible sums, कैसे पता होगा average? नहीं बता सकते. So then you cannot go by option. Or how many choices are there? Options are, let us say 24, 23, 25, 26. So you cannot know the answer, or you cannot solve by using options like that. That is the thing. Yashraj, and it all comes with practice and confidence. जितने confidence से अंदर जाओगे उतने confidence से बाहर भी आओगे. Exam pressure is a real thing. It will get to you if you are panicked already. Either in the first 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, as fast as you can, or if you want, between 1 hour and 1 hour 30 minutes. So don't keep it for the end. मतलब 30 to 30 minutes to 60 minutes भी कर सकते हो. I don't have any issue with that, but don't keep them for last half an hour, जहाँ पे panic marking बहुत करोगे तुम. And after your first paper, please do not analyze your performance. That is again something very important, especially if you are not that confident in CSAT. You need to be calm about things. There are some people who know that CSAT just doesn't matter for them. They will qualify anyway, so they can do whatever they want in the break. जैसे कि मैं, I can do whatever I want. But you guys just don't get into it. I mean, many people have suffered this due to this. My roommate actually, he gave 2022 attempt. He called me in between the two papers saying कि भाई मेरा हो गया, मैं नहीं दे रहा, I am not giving the second paper, why should I am going to, बहुत ही खराब पेपर गया, it was very bad, ये हुआ वो हुआ. He was like crying. पानी नहीं मिला बीच में, नजफगढ़ में नंबर आया था कहीं पे, so there was just no water around that, so he had to walk for a few kilometers to get water bottle and all. Calm down. Abhi, that is not the time when you analyze your performance. There are factors which are out of your control, and that is true for you as well. You don't know what is going to happen on that day. Maybe it will be the rainiest day of the year, maybe it will be the hottest day of the year, maybe it will be the coldest day of the year. You don't know. Maybe the bench you will be allocated would be the worst bench you have seen in your entire life. Anything can happen. You have to be ready for that eventuality. That is possible. Find the solutions. Go a little bit early. Try to change the bench. Or if it comes to that, request invigilator that let me sit somewhere else. If there are some benches empty, you can sit there. If no, then you can sit in the front. Request them. Fight for yourself. Or just go with the writing pad and instead of writing on the bench, write on the pad by taking it below. So you have to find the solution. You have to give the examination. UPSC is not going to care because bench allocated to you was not good. That doesn't matter to them. And it is as true for mains examination. I have given many mains examination in Mumbai, and there the center is this very old school for children. So we are forced to sit in those benches meant for children. हाँ, छोटे बच्चे को benches पे बैठ के हमें लिखवाया जाता है. We don't fit in that. We have to just arch our back so much. We have to fit our legs somehow. And the schools are old. They are government schools, so benches all are just rocking back and forth. There is lot of things written or carved on those benches, so they are not flat. And this is mains examination we are talking about, not prelims, where you have to write lot of stuff in mains. In prelims, so you have to just fill the blanks. In mains, you have to write essays, and that center is just opposite to science station, where you get for every 2 minutes new local. So much noise, so much noise, so much noise, unbelievable. The number is on 6th floor, so there is straight line of sight between the classroom and train station. There is no no sound barrier. You see, there are hundreds of other obstacles that may come. Delhi ke centers are much better. That I agree, because all the centers, especially again UPSC is very good center, but there are a lot of issues with that center. This major issue is that you don't get to bring your mobile phones inside, not even in switch off mode. So they are confiscated outside. You are given this, so you get these lifafas there. You have to put your mobile phones and write your details in there. You have to submit it. You don't get to get your mobile phones in between you for your breaks. And at the end, when at 5 p.m. when the papers are over, there will be 5-kilometer line to collect mobile phones. That is good. So in that line, you will automatically waste your half an hour, 1 hour, where your competitors are going to just run home and study whatever they can. Anyway, the point is, these factors would be there. On examination day, you have to keep calm no matter what. Anything can happen with you, anything can happen to you, but you just have to keep your composure, for that is the day you have worked towards your entire year. Now you have invested a lot, so you cannot evaluate yourself in between the two papers. That time will come after the second paper. You can come home and you evaluate yourself as many times as you want and from as many angles as you want, doesn't matter, but not before last question is attempted. Anyway, ये क्वेश्चन हो गया, इजी क्वेश्चन है, 2013 question, very easy. A gardener has 1,000 plants. He wants to plant them in such a way that the number of rows and number of columns are same, meaning in square pattern, number of rows and number of columns are same. What is the minimum number of plants? He needs more for this purpose. To complete a square pattern, he will need square number of plants, right? Length into breadth hota hai na area square ka. So he already has 1,000. Question reduces to what is the smallest number greater than 1,000, which is a square. Trial and error karo. You know 30 square is 900. Calculate 31 square, 32 square. You can calculate directly, or you can do something like this. 30 plus 2 square. What is this? A square plus 2ab plus b square, which is 1024. ये भी कर सकते हो. If you want to directly multiply, you can directly multiply. Not that difficult. 32 into 32. So 32 2s are 32 2s are 64. Carry 6. 32 3s are 96 plus 6 102. You can still get the same answer. Any which way you want to multiply. So he has 1,000. How many more will he need? 24. समझ गए question? Next question, CSC 2020 का. This question is basically of conversion. सब मोबाइल में देख के किया ना. अच्छा अच्छा ओके. If you want, I can give you some hints for conversion. We have 1 meter cube is equal to 1000 liter. Yes, possible, Ashwini. What happened? ओके ये तो बच्चों वाला क्वेश्चन है, इसमें तो टाइम नहीं लगेगा। नहीं आ रहा? क्या बात कर रहे हो यार, तुम पढ़ो अच्छे से क्वेश्चन। यू आर नॉट रीडिंग द क्वेश्चन राइट। देन दिस इज द इजीएस्ट क्वेश्चन दैट दे कैन आस्क। ये हो गया निरंजन? We have 1 liter is equal to 1 kilogram, and we question is what is the weight of 0.1 gram, na? How much water will you require for 0.1 gram? For 1 kg you need 1 liter, so for 0.1 gram how much would you need? That answer you will get in liters, and from liters you have to go to cubic millimeters, and from liters you can go to meter cube, so millimeter cube. नहीं समझे? From this kilogram you can go to gram, 0.1 gram, and from this kilogram you are given liters, so from gram you can come to liters. Now I gave you hint from liters to meter cube, and question is millimeter cube. From meter cube you have to go to millimeter cube. नहीं हो गया? We have 1 kg is 1 liter, so 0.1 gram goes to how much? 0.1 gram is nothing but, in terms of kg, how many kgs? Huh? 1 kg is 1000 grams. नहीं नहीं 0.1 लीटर कैसे? 0.1 kg इक्वल टू 0.1 लीटर होगा फिर। हाँ दिस इज ग्राम ना, so firstly you have to convert this gram into kilograms. What is 1 kilogram is 1000 grams, so 0.1 grams is nothing but 0.1 into 10 raised to minus 3 kilograms. डिवाइड करना होगा 1000 से, 1 kg is equal to 1000 gram, right? ये तो पता है हमें. So one upon 1000 kilogram is equal to 1 gram. I'm dividing by 1000. So 1 gram is 1 by 1000 of kilogram. 0.1 gram is 0.1 into 1 by 1000 of kilogram. This is equal to same as liter. Firstly, I am converting to kilogram, and that kilogram is equivalent to liters that I know. If you are comfortable, if you are not comfortable with minus negative powers, then we can do 1000 grams is equal to 1 liter. Then we are asked 0.1 gram is equal to how many liters? That is what we have to calculate. You get 0.1 divided by 1000 liters, right? इसको उल्टा करके इससे मल्टीप्लाई करना है. 1000 gram is 1 liter, then 0.1 gram is how many liter? So answer would be 0.1 by divided by 1000, that many liters. So basically anywhere you want you can calculate, but you have to arrive at 10 raised to minus 4 liters. This is same as this. Required quantity is 10 raised to minus 4 liters. This is 10 raised to minus 4, no? 1 by 10,000. Now from this we have to go to cubic millimeters, and what we have information is 1 meter cube is equal to 1000 liter, that I told you. 1 meter cube is, if I have a water tank of 1 meter by 1 meter by 1 meter cube, if I have cubical water tank of 1 meter, 1 meter, 1 meter, then inside that I'll have 1000 liters of water. That is what we mean by this conversion. So an answer I need in cubic millimeters. So can I convert this meter into millimeter? Yes, we have 1000 millimeter is equal to 1 meter, right? So for this each meter cube I can write 1 into 1000 millimeter cube is equal to 1000 liter, because I want final answer in millimeter cube. So this is 1000, 10 raised to 3. 1000 is 10 cube, and I have to take cube of that. So we have 10 raised to 9 millimeter cube is equal to 1000 liter. I can divide by 1000, right? So I have value of 1 meter, 1 liter, and question is 10 raised to minus 4 liter. मल्टीपल कन्वर्जन है ना इधर, जस्ट यूनिट कन्वर्जन है, बाकी कुछ नहीं है, क्वेश्चन में दम नहीं है, बट देयर आर मल्टीपल टाइम्स यू नीड टू कन्वर्ट द यूनिट्स and you need to be able to comfortably do it. And because 1 liter is 10 raised to 6 millimeter cube, and 10 raised to minus 4 is 10 raised to minus 4 into 10 raised to 6, which is 10 square millimeter cube is 100. ऐसा है. नेक्स्ट वाला नहीं आया, ये आई एम शॉक्ड, आई एम शॉक्ड, है ना? अश्विनी क्वेश्चन मार्क क्यों है यार? व्हाई इज देयर क्वेश्चन मार्क आफ्टर योर आंसर? नहीं, ये समझ गए निरंजन? ठीक है, चलो लेट अस डू दैट जर्नी टुगेदर वंस मोर. Question was given is 1 kg is equal to 1 liter, and another information that I gave you, which you should have, is 1 meter cube is equal to 1000 liter. ठीक है, so we have from kg to liter and from liter to meter cube. kg, liter and liter, meter cube. क्वेश्चन क्या है? अब क्वेश्चन इज 0.1 ग्राम एंड पूछा क्या है? इन मिलीमीटर क्यूब. तो ऑफ कोर्स वी हैव टू गो फ्रॉम ग्राम टू लीटर और किलोग्राम टू लीटर एंड फ्रॉम लीटर टू millimeter cube. This is the conversion we have to make. We have to find out value of this in terms of meter cube or millimeter cube. This is the conversion that we are supposed to do. Now we are given here in kg and asked in gram. So firstly, from kg to gram we have to make this conversion. Either convert this or this, anything what you are comfortable with. You know the conversion factor is 1000. So either you convert this into 1000 and then try to write, or convert no need to convert this gram into kilogram and write the liters. 0.1 gram is nothing but 0.1 into 10 raised to minus 3 kilograms, because 1 gram is 1 by 1000 kilograms. किलोग्राम का 1/1000th पार्ट होता है ना ग्राम. So this is 10 raised to minus 4, because 1 by 10 is 1 by 0.1 is 1 by 10. This is kilograms, and 1 kilogram is 1 liter. So these many kilograms is same number of liters, right? Fine. Now we want to find value of these many number of liters. We have 1000 liters as 1 meter cube. 1000 liter is 1 meter cube, right? So 1 liter is 1 by 1000 meter cube. 1 liter is 1 by 1000 meter cube, no? 1000 इधर है, वो उधर लेके आया मैं. हाँ, 1 liter would be 1 by 1000. So for 1 liter I can multiply it by 1 by 1000 and I'll get answer in meter cube, right? Now I have come from gram to meter cube. This is equal to 10 raised to minus 4 and this is 10 raised to minus 3, which is 10 raised to minus 7 meter cube. But the question is millimeter cube. So this meter I have to convert into millimeter, which is 10 raised to minus 7, and I know 1 meter is 1000 millimeter. बस हो गया. This is 10 raised to 3 का cube. So 10 raised to 9 and millimeter cube. 9 minus 7 2. 9 minus 7 add होगा ना वो. So this is 100 millimeter cube. No, conversion है बस. कन्वर्जन में थोड़ा सा डिफिकल्टी हो सकता है. यू हैव टू मल्टीप्लाई बाय फैक्टर्स ऑफ 10. तो हाँ हाँ, ये ग्राम में है ना, ये केजी में है, वो पहले कन्वर्जन करना पड़ेगा ना. हाँ, या तो इसको लीटर को कन्वर्ट कर दो फिर मिली में. मिलीलीटर लोगे तो फिर इधर लीटर पे, लेकिन यू नो द, फिर इसको मिलीलीटर में कर दो, फिर कहीं ना कहीं कन्वर्जन करना पड़ेगा। तो अब हो गया, ठीक है। रिमेंबर दीज टू फैक्ट्स एंड एवरीथिंग शुड बी फाइन। रिलेवेंट पावर ऑफ 10 से मल्टीप्लाई करके यू विल नीड टू गेट इट सॉल्व। Yes, yes, this question. Huh? Thank you. Hmm. 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 Yes, that is correct, Ashwini. हो गए खत्म questions? Then solve the next question. Just read the question carefully, निरंजन। बहुत आसान क्वेश्चन है, ये लोग फालतू किधर भटक रहे थे पता नहीं मुझे। This is the easiest question that they can ask for. Don't complicate it. Rectangle having diagonal 5. Hmm. 3 rows having 4 square each. All are equal. And you are given this diagonal is 5. Can you say anything about sides? What is the area of each square? Total area? Total area is? Total area of rectangle is side length into breadth. So 12. How many rectangles are there? How much would be the area of each square? Hmm. Hmm. 1 1. 1 का square होगी 1. No problem. Is the thing they are giving you that there are 4 rows and there are 3 rows and each row contains 4 squares. So that is why you have this kind of arrangement and there is no gap between adjacent squares. The diagonal 5, immediately you should think about 3 4 5 as your Pythagorean triplet. Automatically you will get the sides and everything is then very clear. Answer would be 1 square meter, square centimeter. This is the easiest question they can ask for. And बाकी ऑप्शन से तुम्हें गुमराह करने के लिए दिया है, so you may think that कुछ कॉम्प्लिकेटेड ये आंसर होना चाहिए, इतना आसान तो हो नहीं सकता। जमील, यशराज, ये समझ गए? Did you guys understand this? Again, very easy question. Huh? A, right? You have a rectangular agricultural field where we have length and we have breadth, and they are giving you sum of length and breadth. So x1 plus x2 is 40, right? So these values can vary, and they want you to comment about what is the maximum area of this field. When will the area be maximum? So because there is symmetry involved in this question, x1 x2 कोई special तो है नहीं, there is nothing special about x1 or x2, they are just variables, any variables. So there is high chance that some extreme value, maybe maybe smallest or largest, would be reached when they are equal. So when they are equal, you can put values 20 20 hai. If both values are same, you can say one is 20, one other 20. In that case, the area would be 400, 20 into 20, right? And option is 400 is there in the options, plus it is the highest value. Question is what can be the highest value of the area? इससे highest तो option में ही नहीं है, तो यही होगा आंसर. Mathematically you can arrive it using different things. One thing you can use is AMGM inequality. It says that, we'll study about it later, but it says that arithmetic mean is greater than or equal to geometric mean. Arithmetic mean is nothing but if you have n values, x1 plus x2 up to x10 divided by n, this is arithmetic mean. And we are saying the inequality says that it is greater than geometric mean, which is nothing but product of all those values to the power 1 by or nth root of these things. हाँ, मैक्सिमम एरिया क्या हो सकता है ये बताना है, या फिर एरिया किससे बड़ा नहीं हो सकता ये बताना है. तो इफ यू हैव 20 और 20 होगा तो 400 ही आंसर आता है, तो वही सबसे बड़ा ऑप्शन है. हाँ, तो उतना तो जा ही सकता है, उससे बड़ा नहीं हो सकता. मे बी ठीक है, सही होगा शायद तुम्हारा. बट यूजिंग AMGM inequality you can definitively solve this. If you put these values here, you will have n is equal to 2, x1 plus x2, then you will get x1 plus x2 by 2 is greater than or equal to square root of x1 x2. You have x1 plus x2 as 40, so 40 by 2 is 20 is greater than or equal to square root of x1 x2. You can square the both sides and you will get 400 is greater than or equal to x1 x2. So what is the maximum value of x1 x2? 400. This is more formal way to solve it, but you can solve it just by playing around with values as well. Next question करो. Let me know if you understand the question. Okay. Do you guys understand the question? क्या हो रहा है? समझ गए? नहीं? There is a cylindrical overhead tank. So imagine there is, let us say, level up IS, and we have a tank on the top which is cylindrical in shape. Cylinder समझते हो? That's it. हाँ, yes, cylindrical shape of radius 2 and height 7, right? And we want to fill it from an underground tank of this size. So we have a tank at the bottom where maybe municipality tap is there and where water gets filled, and that tank has size of this, and at our convenience we will fill overhead tank using underground tank using motor. The question is, if this is the tank and this is one tank, this is two tank, the sizes are given. This is of course cuboidal. This is room like tank. How much portion of the underground tank is still filled with water after filling the overhead tank completely? So initially underground tank is completely filled, overhead tank is completely empty, and then using motor we fill that tank. Then overhead tanks we fill completely. Question is, how much portion of the water is remaining in the underground tank after filling that tank overhead? तो कुछ लेट अस से 500 लीटर भर दिया ऊपर पानी, नीचे का टैंक था अगर 1500 लीटर का था, सो 1/3 चला गया ऊपर, तो 2/3 बचा होगा. तो क्वेश्चन, हाउ मच पोर्शन ऑफ द अंडरग्राउंड टैंक इज स्टिल फिल्ड? कितना स्टिल फिल्ड? Basically, first you have to calculate volumes. Both the volumes you have to calculate. What is the volume of pi r square h? Pi r square में h means, let's keep pi as pi. R is 2, so 4. Pi r square h is 7. Right? सही है. And this is 6 into 4, 24 into 5.5. Calculate it, or you can calculate 5.5 into 4. 5.5 into 2 is 11. So 22 6 are. So we have 132 meter cube, and this is 28 pi meter cube. So pi you can approximate by 22 by 7 and write it as 22 by 7, 4 into 22, so 88 meter cube. So out of 132, 132 पहले भरा हुआ था, 132, 88 goes and fill the overhead tank. How much is remaining in this tank now when 88 is filled in overhead tank? 132 minus 88. ठीक है? हाँ? Pi is 22 by 7. Pi can be written as 22 by 7. So this is 7 ka multiple na, so that is why 22 by 7 can be easily taken. So we have 44, right? So we have 44 remaining, and question is, how much portion is still filled? 44 is right now, maximum capacity is 132. This is the portion that is still filled. हाँ हाँ राइट. हाँ 132 का 1/3 है ना. What is the as a proportion of how much portion is still filled? What is the portion of the tank that is still filled? 1/3 अभी भी भरा हुआ है. Right, that is the answer. Next, let us come back to this later. बाकी last वाला करो उससे पहले, that is easier. Last question is much easier. क्वेश्चन समझ के? डिड यू गाइस अंडरस्टैंड द क्वेश्चन? कोई? हाँ, वो करते हैं, डू दिस फर्स्ट. ओके, again you have to use that conversion of liter into meter cube, because one quantity is given in liters, another quantity is given in meter cubes, है ना? This size is in meter cube and that is given in liters. So this meter cube you have to convert into liters or do this into meter cube, any way you want, but you will have to do it. It's very easy question. They are giving that एक बंदे को 150 लीटर पानी लगता है. The one person or one guy requires 150 liters of water per day, and there are 4,000 people. So you know how much water is required per day for the entire village. Multiply it. Simple. So that many liters. Available कितना है? इतना है. This is in meter cube that you can convert in liters. So you know how much water is needed per day. You know how much water is available. Question is कितने दिन चलेगा वो? Right? Very easy. This is how much water we have available. इतना है, इतना रोज चाहिए. कितने दिन चलेगा? इतना 3 दिन चलेगा वो. What? This is 60 freezer. Yes, Manisha, correct. Simple. Now let us do the last question, the toughest of the geometry lot. थोड़ा सा cases बनाना पड़ता है इसमें भी. That is why it may seem difficult sometimes. But I think so. You got the right answer. Huh? I think you are right. I don't exactly remember more, but mostly you should be right. Guys, try this question. हाँ? जुगाड़ ही लगाना पड़ता है इसमें. हाँ. I don't remember exactly कैसे कर, मतलब you have to take multiple cases and you have to reject many cases. तुम्हारा एक ऑप्शन से एक सही निकला, दूसरा कोई आ जाता तो? अरे तुम, हाँ वो कौन सी? हम्म. 48 तो मल्टीपल टाइम्स लिखा जा सकता है ना, यू कैन राइट 6 into 8, वो ठीक है, 12 into 4 भी हो सकता है, 24 into 2 भी हो सकता है, वो बाकी की रिजेक्ट करनी पड़ती है केसेस। हाँ हो जाती है, वो बहुत डिफिकल्ट नहीं है। हाँ दो जो बड़ा वाला फिगर है, द लार्जर फिगर इज स्क्वायर, दैट इज गिवन, द एंटायर थिंग इज अ स्क्वायर and these smaller figures are rectangles and you are given the area of two of these rectangles. And you know that also given that the sides of the rectangles are natural numbers, that is important. So it's a fraction wali sides nahi hai, the sides are proper rectangles, sorry, proper natural numbers. Try for 2-3 minutes, otherwise we'll solve. Okay, good. ये तो पुराना है यार, इससे तो भी तुम वो नहीं कर सकते, कुछ होते हैं। बट वो तो ऑप्शन से ही करना था, उसमें को और कोई क्वेश्चन था कि व्हाट इज द ऑड मैन आउट, अब इसमें क्या सॉल्व करने को है, तो ऑप्शन से ही ऑड मैन आउट तो पहचानोगे, वो तो ठीक है। बट मेनी टाइम्स दे आर टेंडिंग टू गिव क्वेश्चंस लाइक व्हाट इज द एवरेज ऑफ ऑल द डिजिट्स ऑफ दिस आंसर यू गेट, तो जहां पे इसका चांस कम हो जाए वैल्यू पुट करने का। Okay, Yashraj is getting different answer than you guys. Let us see. See, the area of the smaller rectangle is 15. So its sides can be 5 into 3 or 1 into 15. Sides can be 115 or 53. That is all. If 53 are sides, if let us say this side is 3, this side is 5, that is one possibility. Now, what are the possibilities for 48? 48 is, you can have 148, 224, 3, 16, 4, 12, 6, 8, that is all. Right? So, if you, so let us reject all the cases one by one. If assuming that this is 3, 5. If this is 3, 5, then 148 cannot come because total sum same होना चाहिए. These are square. This is a square. Outer thing is a square. So 5 plus this thing is equal to 3 plus this thing. ये होना चाहिए because then only it will remain square. 5 plus x is equal to 3 plus y for it to remain square. Side same होनी चाहिए ना square की, है ना? So x 148 नहीं हो सकता because 48 would make one of them too large. So this is not possible. 224 again not possible. 24 plus 3 27, 2 plus 5 is 7. Then 316 again, 3 plus 5 8, 16 plus 3 19, 8 19, not a square. Then 412, 12 plus 3 15, 4 plus 5 9, 9 15, again not a square. 6 8, 8 plus 3 11, 6 plus 5 11. So this is one possibility, that this is 5, this is 3, this is 6, this is 8. That is one possibility that satisfies the given condition. Fine. That is case number 1. Another case is exactly same, going to work out exactly same if you consider this as 5, this as 3, then again repeating all the cases, only thing that will remain valid is this is 6, this is 8. रेक्टेंगल है, कोई भी लेंथ हो सकती है, कोई भी ब्रेड्थ हो सकती है. इवन इफ दैट हैपेंस, ओनली पॉसिबिलिटी वुड बी सेम. अनदर केस वाज 115. That is all. So let us see 115 and 148, can they come together? No. 48 plus 149, 15 plus 116, 224, 25 and 17. No. 316, 18 and 17. This comes very close to being square, but still not a square. This is 16, this is 3. So this is 18, this is 17. Not a square. 4, 12, 13 and 19. So no. So similarly 6, 8, this is 9 and this is 21. So no. Only possibility was what we got. Yes, this is 5, this is 3, this is 6, this is 8. So question क्या है? What is the length of each side of a square? 8 plus 3, 11 is the answer. हाँ हाँ, but वो तो है, but again in examination condition, if you get one answer correct, you may want to mark it at 90% accuracy. हाँ, तो 90% accuracy तुम्हारा हो ही जाएगा. In few questions तुम गलत हो जाओगे, इससे ज्यादा क्या हो जाएगा, but the time you saved would be much more crucial. Okay, any problem in geometry? Yes, comprehension तो है. वर्कशीट डाउट्स भी है यार. वर्कशीट में कुछ डाउट्स है आपके? There are a lot of doubts in the worksheet, so let us firstly resolve those doubts. वर्कशीट 1 है आपके पास, किसी के पास है वर्कशीट? वर्कशीट यार, पहले वर्कशीट के प्रॉब्लम सभी सॉल्व कर रहे हैं, कॉम्प्रिहेंशन कर लेंगे. In first worksheet, do you guys have any doubt? Jamil had few doubts. क्वेश्चन नंबर 8 वर्कशीट सॉल्व किया है कि नहीं? क्यों? करो यार अब. नाउ यू गाइज हैव 2 week ऑफ, प्लीज सॉल्व ऑल द वर्कशीट्स. हाँ, दिस वुड बी लास्ट लेक्चर, देन यू विल हैव 2 week ऑफ. नेक्स्ट वीक भी लेक्चर नहीं होगा, उसके नेक्स्ट वीक भी नहीं होगा, बिकॉज आई एम नॉट अवेलेबल. हाँ, यस, दैट इज व्हाई आई विल नॉट बी अवेलेबल. थोड़ा सा था, हाँ, यस यस, इस बार था बेटर गैप. हाँ, 2 months था इस बार, अच्छा गैप था, मच बेटर देन यूजुअल. नेक्स्ट संडे है ना? हाँ 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 हाँ, यू विल हैव टेस्ट एज वेल. यस, कॉम्प्रिहेंशन भी रहेगा, अटेम्प्ट इट. हाँ, कॉम्प्रिहेंशन तो फुल 200. कितने का चाहिए? छोटा चाहिए? 180 का क्यों चाहिए? हाँ, 2 hours, 80 questions, full length. हाँ, no, not necessary to take a length as a larger side, but in the previous question, even if you take breadth as larger side, but उल्टा हो जाता है, 6 8 की जगह 8 6 आ जाता है. So you had something like this. If you take this 5 as this 3, so if you take this 5 this 3, then you will get this as 6, this as 8, so side 11. But if you take this 3 this 5, you will get this as 6, this as 8. So overall the thing would be square only of the same dimensions, no issue. Question number 8 is 0.027 to the power minus 2 by 3. This is equal to 1 upon 0.027 raised to 2 by 3 is equal to 1 upon 0.027 raised to 1 by 3 square, which is equal to 1 upon this cube root is 0.3 square is equal to 1 upon 0.09 is equal to 100 by 9. So answer is A. Jamil, this is just our usual manipulation of powers. Did you get it? Okay. Next question is 9. Question number 9. What is the units digit in that particular product? Product is, well, I'll just write units places because only things that matter would be units places into 5 raised to 127 into 1 raised to 111. Units place of this thing would be this is 4, this is 5, and this is 1. So units place would be 5 into 4, 0. Okay. Next question, question number 12. This is LCM का standard question. ये नहीं हुआ. अच्छा, question is X is the greatest 4-digit number which when divided by 15, 20 and 28 leaves remainder of 2 in each case. किया है आपने सब worksheet? आ गया? Okay, good. You have LCM निकालना है पहले. You want LCM of this is 3 into 5, this is 2 square into 5, this is 2 square into 7. So LCM would be 2 square 3 5 7. क्या आता है? 420, right? So and question is we want a greatest 4-digit number. Smallest नहीं पूछा, greatest 4-digit number. अच्छा, how to, last question she is asking, how is this having units place as 4? If you take powers of 4, 4 to the power 1 2 3 4 5 6, so 4 to the odd powers are 4, 4 to the even power are 6. ये हमने cover किया था. And if you want you can convert this into power of 2 as well, then 2 से कर लो power. So you can find, you have to find out the multiple of 420, that is largest 4-digit number. So you can multiply by 10, you get 4200, then you multiply by 20, you will get 8200, right? So you can try to multiply by 25, see what is the number, and you have to gauge whether when you can get the maximum 4-digit number. So for example 25, if I multiply, I'll get so I got a 5-digit number. So I don't want to go to 5-digit number, I want to remain in 4-digit number. So if I subtract 420 once, means I multiply by 24, I'll still get 5-digit number. So I'll have to multiply by 23. I'll have to multiply by 23. And if I do that, I'll get, right? No. ये ना? Right? And remainder is 2. So the number required is this 4962. Question is, what is the sum of the digits of x? Sum of the digits is 19 plus 2, 21. So answer is B. जमील समझ गए? अच्छा एलसीएम नहीं निकाला, गुड. नेक्स्ट 13 तो इजी है. In 13th question, you just have to take 4 raised to 61 as common. And whatever is inside, you can take that. It's 4 raised to 61. 1 आएगा इधर 4, 4 square and 4 cube, right? Jameel? So this is the value. You just calculated and then answer. ये 64 है, 16 है, 4 है, 1 है. So you know the values. Just calculate it and see which of them is factor. Next question. 16 पूछ रहे हो. तुमने पढ़ा नहीं अच्छे से. 16 में you have a question and question says that a student was asked to this simplification. His answer was 1 by 65. But actual answer you know? Yes, that would be the answer. Difference between the actual answer and his answer. तो डिफरेंस का डिफरेंस है ना. इन द फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन डिफरेंस बिटवीन ओरिजिनल आंसर एंड हिज आंसर इज दिस, एंड इन द सेकंड क्वेश्चन डिफरेंस बिटवीन हिज आंसर एंड रियल आंसर इज दिस. दिस इज 64 by 65. दिस इज 1 by 65. ठीक है. व्हाट एल्स? ने ट्राई भी किए. अरे मल्टीप्लिकेशन तो ऐड करना होता है ना. लेट अस सी. आई विल सॉल्व वन ऑफ देम, यू विल ट्राई अदर. See, everything is in here. We have 7 by 9. Here you have 9 and 7. Here we have 49 and 81. So firstly we will need to convert them into 7 and 9. And we can do that simply into, this is 7 by 9 square raised to x by 2, because this is 7 square, this is 9 square, is equal to 7 by 9 raised to 8. So we have 9 by 7 raised to 3 into, what is this? There is multiplication of this, 7 by 9 to the power. Now I can write this thing as 7 by 9 to the power minus 3 and into 7 by 9 to the power x is equal to 7 by 9 to the power 8. Now we have base as same. and this thing is nothing but 7 by 9 raised to x minus 3. When the base is same, I can add the powers in multiplication. Is equal to 7 by 9 raised to 8. So x minus 3 is equal to 8, x is equal to 11. ठीक है? Yes, try it out. Any other doubt in this worksheet? तुमने तो ट्राई नहीं किया. वर्कशीट नंबर 3 दे दो. है किसी के पास? है तो बताओ. हाँ दे दो. Worksheet number 3, questions 17 and 21. Okay. Question 17 is a right triangle with sides 3, 4, 5 is rotated around the side of 3 cm to form a cone. The volume of cone is. So we have a 3, 4, 5 triangle. And this side is rotated. हाँ 4 रेडियस होगा ना. या 3 होगा रेडियस. The side of 3 cm is yes, yes, that is correct. So ये side जो है, this is being rotated, so you will form a cone like this, right? This triangle is rotated, and question is now just to form the volume of this cone. What is the volume of cone? R is 3, height is 4, so we will have 1 by 3 pi, r square is 9, height is 4, we will get 12 pi what centimeter cube. मनीषा ठीक है ये? Okay. And question number 21. A hollow iron pipe. आंसर दिया है मैंने इधर है. Okay. A hollow iron pipe is 21 centimeter long and its external diameter is 8 centimeter. If thickness of the pipe is 1 centimeter and the iron का weight is 8 gram per centimeter cube, then the weight of pipe is what? So we have a iron pipe. Have you seen the pipe? Everybody has seen the pipe, right? रोज देखते हो. So this is a pipe, right? कहाँ पे? वो तो आयन थोड़ी है वो. This is 21 centimeter. They are given. The 21 centimeter iron pipe is there. External diameter they are saying is 8 centimeter. This diameter is 8 centimeter. And thickness of the pipe is 1 centimeter. This thickness is 1 centimeter. And iron का weight दिया है उन्होंने 8 gram per centimeter cube, right? That is density of the iron, gram per centimeter cube. Question is, what is the weight of this 21 centimeter pipe? We are given gram per centimeter cube. So if you know what is the volume of this iron cube pipe in centimeter cube, then you can just multiply this and get the grams. You have gram per centimeter cube, no? So if you multiply it by centimeter cube, only gram will remain and weight is found. Weight is grams. So you have to multiply this quantity by the volume of this pipe. Volume into density is your weight, right? So how do we calculate the volume? This is a cylinder, right? You calculate the volume of outer cylinder and subtract the volume of inner cylinder, you will get the volume of the iron rod. बीच में hollow है, the inside is hollow, but there is this thickness, na? So you have to find out the volume of outer cylinder as if the entire cylinder is there and subtract the volume of this inner cylinder because it is hollow, and what will remain is what is there in between, which is the iron rod. So what is the volume of outer cylinder? Diameter is 8, so radius is 4, so yes, pi r square, 4 square is 16 into h 21 minus inside radius is this is 4 out and this thickness is 1, so inner radius is 3, pi into r square is into h, which is equal to 21 pi into 16 minus 9, na? 7. क्या 21 pi कॉमन लिया, minus into 16 minus 9 is 7, which is pi r square h, हाँ, volume of cylinder. 21 sevens are 22 by 7, right? वो भी है क्योंकि फाइनली तुम्हें यस काटना तो पड़ेगा ही. हाँ, कर्व सरफेस एरिया ऑफ कर्व सरफेस एरिया क्या होता है? एरिया होता है ना वो, that comes in meter square. We are interested in weight. Weight will depend on volume. Volume into density would be weight. So we have to calculate volume. If the question was कि I want to paint the cylinder and how much paint is required, तो paint करने के लिए area पे paint करना होता है, right? Then surface area would be relevant. Here we want volume. Here pi can be replaced by 22 by 7, right? 7 would cut. 21 into 22 is whatever that is, and multiply that by your density. 21 into 22, that is centimeter cube, into 8 is weight, which is in grams. Option are in kilograms, so you divide by 1000. That would be the answer. Okay, Manisha. Okay. Good. Anything else? If you have any doubt in worksheets, now is the time. ठीक है? Otherwise अपना तो अभी तो होना नहीं है. Now we cannot cover the comprehension in today's class. 8 is the density given, na? 8 is the iron का weight 8 gram per centimeter cube दिया था ना? So these many centimeter cube was volume, into 8 would be the weight, grams, and because we want in kilograms, divided by thousands. Options में सारा kilograms लिखा. बताओ क्या हुआ? Let me just tell you what is the meaning of these questions, and in detail we'll cover it in the next time. Most important or most troublesome is the assumption. Assumption. What is assumption? Assumption is something that is implicit in what is being said. When the author is writing something, he is making some assumption in his mind, maybe due to his experience, ideology, or personality, many things. He makes some assumptions that author should know, reader should know this. Whenever I am speaking to you in English, my assumption is you guys understand English. That is something I assume, and then only I can speak. Like that, assumption is implicit. You don't need to say it. It is being assumed. Something that is implicit in the passage, something that need not be written separately because it is assumed by the author to be valid nonetheless, without being written explicitly. So something that is being said without being actually said, ऐसी चीज जो बिना कहे कही जा रही है, वो है तुम्हारा assumption. It is the toughest to identify because in this question you are actually trying to gauge what author might have in his mind. There is nothing about it probably in the passage explicitly. It can be explicit, it may not be explicit, but it may be assumed. So it is on your part as a reader that you try to gauge what author is thinking or what author is assuming, what author has taken for granted by the reader. That is why assumptions are toughest to identify, because they are implicit. They are not explicitly specified in the passage. Let us read what I have written here. Assumption is something that is implicit or inherently true while making a statement. An assumption is something which is assumed, supposed, and taken for granted. When someone says something, he may not be able to convey his entire idea into words. The particular part of his idea not expressed in words or to be taken for granted is an assumption. The author has some prior beliefs based on which he or she writes the passage. In doing so, some assumptions are inherently made by the author. Students have to use their analytical mind to unearth those based on the passage only. ठीक है? Meaning समझ गए assumption का? Something that is implicitly being said, without being said. Something that is taken for granted by the author. Something that author had in his mind before writing, and he just couldn't express himself in words when he was trying to convey those ideas. Yes, that is why this is challenging. यही तो challenge. That is why students find assumptions difficult to understand or to solve. It is fine if you do. Sometimes it is very, very clear. Sometimes it is not very clear. It is very subjective. Plus the problem is you are given just 125 to 130 words in passage, but author might have written entire book or entire article out of which that passage is being chosen by the UPSC. But you as a reader have only access to that passage. So assumptions are difficult to unearth based on only that passage, because you don't have access to the other passage. That is why you have less data to analyze, and UPSC examiner might have much more data to analyze, and he may be able to unearth assumptions in much better way, which you just can't possibly do. That is why assumption questions are generally considered difficult, and students do face difficulty in assumption question. We'll try to in those questions where assumptions are very clear, we will definitely attempt those. But if there are some questions where it is getting quite confusing, you may want to leave the question. There would be 27 passages, and even if you try to attempt 20, 22, 23 passages, fair enough. But again, accuracy would be more important. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि 20 ही कर रहे हो, उसमें से भी 7 गलत करके आ गए. Then it would be problematic. Then we'll have to focus more on accuracy, and there practice और अच्छे से पढ़ना. Passages बहुत easy होते हैं. Most of the times you will know that what would be the right answer. जहाँ पे confusion हो रहा है छोड़ दो. Right? You don't have to attempt each and every passage. We will see passages that were asked in this year's CSC as well, and you will see that yes, और कुछ हो ही नहीं सकता इसका आंसर. Those kind of outcomes you can definitely come to. Next is crux. Crux is the core idea of the passage. Author has tried to make few arguments in the passage to come to some ultimate conclusion. He or she wants to convince the reader of some of his idea or opinion. That is what the crux is. Crux is the basic idea. क्यों लिख रहा है author? Why is the author writing the passage? He wants to convince the reader of something. By making some of his arguments. That would be the crux of the passage. The core idea, the main message of the passage, that is the crux. Conclusion, something which directly follows from the statements or arguments made by the author. Here you cannot assume anything and cannot use your prior knowledge or experience. So in UPSC, they are specifically giving you the direction before starting of the passage that you have to answer based on the passage only. That is specified in the question paper. But so that is why this is important. Whenever you are trying to conclude something, you cannot use your prior knowledge. Whatever that is being given in the passage, based on only that, what can you conclude? Based on the arguments author has made therein, what are the logical conclusions that follow? Inference. These are set of conclusions that can be drawn. So there could be multiple such inferences from arguments made by the author in the passage. There can be more than one inference, and you may not get answer directly in the passage, but have to use your analytical mind to draw out the inference. You may use your prior knowledge, experience to draw out the inference from the passage. So basically, inference, what is inference? Inference is something that can be inferred from the passage. Whatever information is given, whatever arguments that author has made in the passage, based on that, you use your analytical mind to draw out what author might try to say, or what conclusions or what inferences that follow from it, that can follow from it. So inferences can be multiple, because agar 5 argument author ne kiya, if author has made 5 different arguments, then you can have 5 different inferences that may follow. Very possible. Inferences are multiple, but crux would be only one. Main cheez to ek hi hogi. Crux of the passage would be only single, but inferences, then can be multiple inferences from what author is trying to say. Underlying tone. Sometimes they also ask this, what is the underlying tone of the passage? In this passage, author tries to defend the ideas. In any passage, author will try to defend his ideas by making some argument and trying to convince the reader of whatever his beliefs are. In doing so, he or she ends up in lending some direction or tone to the passage. Positive, negative, affirmative, gloomy, everything is doomed. Every passage will have some underlying tone, right? That is what this question asks. A passage could criticize something or someone, it could praise something or someone, etc. The underlying tone is about reader understanding of author's minds or opinions. Based on the author's opinion, reader will gauge that, हाँ ये तो ऐसे ही कहने चाहता है, ये तो ऐसे ही लिखता है, ये तो criticize ही करता है, ये तो praise ही करता है. So reader will use his prior experience, knowledge to gauge the underlying tone of the passage. The author may be trying to convince reader of his ideas, and reader may try to understand where author is coming from, what is the underlying tone of the author, what is the direction in which author is writing. Before reaching the conclusion, reader gets the idea that in this direction author is trying to take the passage. That is underlying tone. Implication. Something which can be understood or inferred from the given information. The word implication follows from the implicit, which means indirectly or being integral part of something stated. The unexpressed part of the statement. Sometimes implications are also taken as assumption. कुछ ज़्यादा नहीं है. Implication is again kind of inference. ऊपर नीचे करके यही words use होंगे. हमें ज़्यादा इसमें we are not language students that हर word का अलग से decipher करके we understand it. Just basic core difference पता होना चाहिए between these words. What would be the main thing that we have to take out? Assumption is something that is implicitly said. It may not be directly stated, but author has already assumed it, taken it for granted. Then inference में क्या है? Inference is something that I as a reader can take out from the passage, and there can be multiple such things. There can be multiple inferences. Then crux of the passage. Crux would be one single thing. The main thing, the main message of the author is crux of the passage. कहना क्या चाहते हो? वो जो मीम है ना, that is crux of the passage. What are you trying to say? That is crux. And then there is corollary. Corollary is some statement or act or situation given and we can derive some other statement or act or situation as a side effect from it. So he has given some arguments and as a side effect something other thing which may be unrelated or related that follows from the given thing, corollary. इससे ये होता है. So in mathematics you might have studied in your schools that there are some theorems and there are some corollaries that follow. So after a theorem they prove that theorem and corollary is something that follows from the theorem. क्या ये हो रहा है तो ये भी अगला स्टेप यही होगा. Next step would be this. Because this is true, next step that would be true is this. This is a side effect of the theorem. This is a conclusion is directly something that follows from the this. This is a side effect. It is not that important. It is not why author is writing the passage. Corollary is something that follows otherwise. It may be related, it may be unrelated. It is a kind of side effect of the passage. ठीक है. Also, what options one might have based on the given situation lead us to corollary. For instance, if your quant and reasoning is poor, corollary is you should focus more on comprehension. Huh? Huh? If you are very confident in your comprehension abilities, corollary is that you will attempt comprehension first. This is corollary. Side effect of what is being said. ठीक है. These are the basic type of questions that are asked. There are practice questions which we would have discussed had we had time. We'll do that next time. Don't worry about it. We'll cover this, and then we'll start with linear equation and skill of mathematization, where we try to convert our given word problem into equations, and then we solve those equations. Once we have the equations, solving it is not such bigger challenge. But converting word problems in the equation is much bigger challenge. How do you choose unknowns? How many unknowns are to be chosen? Which quantity should be unknown? Which quantity should be known? That's something that is the decisions we have to usually make in these type of questions. And again, a lot of questions are asked. Yes, you can ask your doubts on Telegram. No issues. I am always available on Telegram. I hope all of you are there in our group. There is group of the batch on Telegram. You can, if you are not, you can just message the reception that please add me to that group, and they will add you to that group. Utilize these 2 weeks well. Think of it as kind of a break from CSAT. We will come back to it in December. Don't worry about it. We will cover syllabus in time. If required, we can take extra lectures as well. But now that you also can realize that हमारा speed increase हो चुका है, and you are also understanding at this pace. So because arithmetic में हमने इतना time दिया था, other quant topics would be very easy for us because they follow from directly or indirectly from arithmetic. Huh? Not January, February. हाँ. हाँ? No, May end तक जाएगा ना तुम्हारा एग्जाम, तो May end को है ना. अभी just focus that. Focus that you are as much means ready as possible till December end or even till January end. You can try to finish as much as mains as possible. Cover your optionals, cover your GS notes, ethics, and write one essay every week. Again, this is my weekly reminder to you to write essay today. Math से पहले लिख लेना essay so that you can at peace watch the World Cup final. So वो try कर लो ना. How do you make notes? You have to have one topic at one place. एक topic के notes एक जगह पे होने चाहिए तुम्हारे. You cannot read 5 different notebooks for one simple topic. You have to increase. There is nothing called best. It is a myth. दैट बेस्ट कुछ होता है, बेस्ट कुछ नहीं होता है. यू हैव टू लुक एट मेंस में क्या होगा. देयर वुड बी अ क्वेश्चन व्हिच माइट हैव 2 or 3 सब क्वेश्चंस. 1 second यशराज, I'll ask you. There would be 2 or 3 sub questions, so you can write maximum 5 points. 15 पॉइंट नोट्स में लिख के क्या कर लोगे? लिखने तो 5 ही है ना एग्जाम में, तो 5 मोस्ट रिलेवेंट पॉइंट शुड बी देयर इन योर नोट्स. Absolutely useless to have 15 points in your notes of one subtopic. Which out of them are most relevant? What is the crux of the issue? Again, कहना क्या चाहते हो? That is, जितनी क्लैरिटी होगी ना उतना बेनिफिट होगा फाइनली. ठीक है, तो प्रिपेयर योर नोट्स बेस्ड ऑन दैट. सो if you are following current affair magazine something or Santosh sir, he gives you very simplified notes. आप उनके भी नोट्स देखोगे. हाँ, right. So if you look at his notes for one particular subtopic, he will have 5 points for you. He will give those 5 points to you. So तुम्हारा काम बच गया. Yes. खुद के नोट्स नहीं बनाने, खुद के माइक्रो नोट्स बनाने. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, इफ ही हैज गिवन 5 पॉइंट्स टू यू, ठीक है, लाइक इश्यूज इन सेडिशन, लेट अस फॉर एग्जाम्पल टेक. सो यू नो द 5 कोर इश्यूज इन व्हाट ऑफ द सेडिशन और 120 or A. So you write in your notebook, you make 5 columns on one single page. Sedition, definition, cases involved, issues. In issues column, you will just write 5 words. One word for each of the issue. And that one keyword should make you recall entire issue. For example, what could be one issue in sedition? Is chilling effect is one keyword. Then it is violative of fundamental rights, not defined. So these things you can come, only these keywords can come as your micro notes. You don't need to write entire statements there. Positives, negatives, supportive arguments, oppose, what is the Supreme Court's opinion on it, way ahead. Yes, और क्या करोगे? You can, if you are particularly enthusiastic about it, 2 मैगजीन पढ़ लो. हाँ, मंथली में ज्यादा होता है, ईयरली में दे जस्ट रिड्यूस द मंथली थिंग. योर कॉल, दोनों सही है. किसका भी यार विजन का तो स्टैंडर्ड है, तो दैट इज गुड. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट आई हैव रियली नो एवर यूज्ड इट. अगेन, इफ पॉसिबल संतोष सर को ज्वाइन कर लो, वन स्टॉप सोल्यूशन हो जाएगा. ही विल एंश्योर दैट नथिंग इज लेफ्ट बिहाइंड. आई डोंट नो, नहीं पता. डिपेंड करता है यार, ऐसा नहीं होता, मतलब कि प्योर करंट का भी कुछ ऐसा नहीं आएगा कि यार हाँ ये तो करंट का सवाल है डायरेक्टली. बट समथिंग बेस्ड ऑन करंट इशू दे विल टेक एंड दे विल आस्क यू बेसिक क्वेश्चन अबाउट इट. ऐसा होगा, करंट में कुछ इशू चल रहा होगा, बेस्ड ऑन दैट इशू दे विल आस्क यू कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल प्रोविजंस, दे विल आस्क यू हाउ टू इम्प्रूव द सिचुएशंस एटसेट्रा एटसेट्रा. सो दैट इज द बेसिक थिंग बेस्ड ऑन करंट. टॉपिक करंट का है, बट पढ़ना तो बेसिक ही है, सब कुछ उसके रिलेवेंट. हाँ, हम्म, हम्म, हम्म. क्यों नहीं हो पा रहा? हाँ हाँ हाँ. I will tell you one stop solution for ethics. ठीक है, if you do this well, you will never face any difficulty in any ethics paper ever. हाँ, and those are called the previous year questions. In ethics especially, 60-70% paper will be repeated, both in section A and section B. कहाँ से पूछेंगे? और अभी 10 साल हो गए ना एथिक्स को आके. 2013 was the first year ethics paper was introduced. So they have asked everything that they could ask. If they want to ask something very theoretical, they clearly don't want that. They want to remain applied to civil services. So you just take the 10 years paper, prepare model answer also out of it. And that is true for case studies as well. How many case studies have been asked? 6 per year, 10 years, 60 case studies you have. You can take 40 more from test series here and there. You have 100 case studies. कुछ आ ही नहीं सकता इसके बाहर. 100 के ऊपर क्या case study आएगा और? If you prepare 100 case studies well, you are prepared for your examination. The best resource that you have available, PYQs, वो छोड़ के सब जगह पे सब मुंह मार लेते हैं. It's stupid, है ना? For ethics in particular, I'll tell you, for ethics, for geography, for society, especially for these things, solving PYQs will yield you extraordinary benefits like no other material can. So please ensure that you solve your PYQs and do it in, ideally you should do PYQs for all your GS and all your optionals. But it is especially important for these things. ठीक है? Do not neglect PYQs, they are very very powerful, they get repeatedly asked. वहाँ से सीधा कुछ material use कर सकते हो. So PYQ solving becomes very very crucial, especially in ethics and society and geography etc. हाँ history भी कर लो, but history के लिए I mean there are things that they can always ask that goes beyond PYQs. Every year they will ask something that will go beyond PYQ. But in these topics generally that doesn't happen, because everything that they could ask they have asked, and if they go beyond what they have already asked, everybody is going to face difficulty. That is, then ठीक है, फिर competition है at the end nullify हो गया. If they are asking fjords in geography or Purvaiya in geography, nobody knows what it is. Then question is as good as dead. But if they ask something in history, for example, what are the technologies that were introduced by Delhi Sultans? If they ask this, 90% of people didn't know anything about it. But 10% like us, who have studied from the great Nikhil sir, we knew. वो हो सकता है हिस्ट्री में, they can always ask you questions which you know nothing about but other people might. अब पुरवैया तो अब ठीक है, जो कोई उधर रह रहा होगा भोजपुर में उसको पता होगा भाई, बट बाकियों को तो नहीं पता होगा ना. वो है. हाँ हाँ 100% विदाउट अ डाउट. देख होते हैं, वर्थ इट. 60 आवर्स होगा, एटलीस्ट 60 आवर्स होगा, बट स्टिल मतलब ऑफ कोर्स रिलेवेंट सारे हैं, बट मोर देन एनीथिंग यू विल एंजॉय लर्निंग हिस्ट्री. तो थोड़ा सा अगर मजा करना है, एंजॉयमेंट भी चाहिए. एंड इट इज ऐसा नहीं है कि एवरी क्वेश्चन वाज फ्रॉम हिज लेक्चर्स, बिकॉज उतना पढ़ाया ही था उन्होंने, तो दैट वाज फेयर ना, वो तो होना ही था. नहीं, यू विल हैव मॉड्यूल कोर्स. हाँ, यू हैव टू परचेज. ही पुट्स लॉट्स ऑफ एफर्ट्स इन इट, ऐसा थोड़ी होगा. Some lectures he may put online, that is possible for promotional purposes. और PMP join कर लो, you will get entire thing access in that. I don't know the scheme this year. Right. अरे the Sultanate question I told you about, he taught that in prelims batch. I remember it from prelims batch. He didn't teach it for mains batch. But वो था residual knowledge. You don't know what is useful where. Anything can become useful. Yashraj, yes, you can speak now. Sorry for the delay. I really don't know about history optional, Yashraj, to really comment on anything. What is more relevant, what is not. हम्म 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 आ, हम्म 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 कर सकते हो बाद में, बिकॉज इस बार फॉर्चुनेटली देर इज लॉट ऑफ गैप बिटवीन प्रीलिम्स एंड मेंस ना, so you can perhaps do it later. और आप मतलब निखिल सर से भी बात कीजिए, आपके जो भी टीचर है हिस्ट्री ऑप्शन के, या तो उनसे बात कीजिए। आई एम जस्ट, अच्छा, मुझे हिस्ट्री ऑप्शन लगा क्योंकि पता नहीं यार मुझे। ओके ओके, ओह ग्रेट। हम्म, अच्छा क्या बात, अच्छा गुड गुड, ठीक है चले, हैव अ गुड डे।